PAC team. My name is Beth Nolan. And if you just got off of the Ask Team Anything a half hour ago, then welcome back. You know that you know what I've already been wearing today, and half the people on this call. So today, since it's Wednesdays, we're going to head back into our world of ambers. And I'll go ahead and share screen here. And hopefully we'll be able to kind of build on where we started from last time, or where we left off last time. So we've been going through visual, verbal, and touch cues with our ambers. So since we covered visual last time, we're going to go with verbal. So let's do a quick, bring everybody back up to speed. We're talking about the 3 ways that we take in data. So everybody, to get ourselves moving again, do a visual cues, then verbal cues, what we say, excuse me, I pointed my eye, and then touch cues. So thinking about our ambers, team, tell me a little bit about what we know about ambers, just so we have the rest of the group here listening and watching as well. What are some things you know about ambers? Skills?
Sensory driven.
Sensory driven. Tell me more about
likes and dislikes. They're seeking sensory input in the 4 major places that we take like or dislike sensation, which is the mouth, lips, tongue, hands, feet, and genital area.
More exciting one. Nice. What else?
Caught in a moment of time.
Yeah, I can be caught in a moment of time, which is really interesting if you can get over that skill. Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting to see what people, going back to Catherine's, likes and dislikes become very clear. What else? What are some other skills?
They sometimes mistake the object that they're using for another use.
Yeah. So if I put this marker in the bathroom next to the toothpaste, what might I do with it?
Yeah, they might use. Yeah.
Yeah, or as Catherine's been showing us, it's in the bathroom, so I might just brush my hair. Yeah, so do this object confusion. And that brings us to where is our visual skills for our ambers? Yeah, right about here. And what's the motion we do to show it's not just binocular vision, but it's that object confusion. It gets some toughness. What about language skills or verbal skills?
Becoming limited.
Yeah. So why can't we just give the number of words any particular amber is likely to have in their mid to late stage in dementia?
Maybe 1 out of 3.
Yeah, maybe 1 out of 3.
1 out of 2.
Depends on the person. Yeah. So if I had a lot of words and I spoke a lot and I did a lot with words, I was a teacher or a lecturer or maybe even a writer, I might have a lot of words still. So we're going to have to get our clues when we're talking about verbal skills with our ambers from our ambers. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of things we want to consider when we're talking about the number of words we use for our ambers. And we're talking about these verbal cues. We want to think about how do we find out how many words we use. So team, tell the group how we know the number of words that we can use to help cue somebody who's an amber. How do we know the number? About? Where do we get our clues from to know how many words we can use with that amber?
Probably from them, how many words they're using.
Yeah, so how many words they're using. What about, how can we use sounds instead of words? So maybe there's an amber with almost no language. How can we use sounds that work instead of words? Like, ooh! Mm-hmm. What are some other sounds that you guys can come up with for ambers instead of words? Ooh. 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 Nice. What else?
Well, what I noticed though is both of us, without thinking, because I guess we're skilled and experienced, we both added very strong visual cues with them.
That's a really cool piece here to think about. Last week when we covered visuals, we've got to continue to do this, guys, to pair those visuals and verbals together. So it really is continuing to build on those skills. Nice. Mm-hmm. And then as well, thinking about, going back to here, thinking about our tone. How does our tone affect? If I want to call your name out to awaken you pleasantly without scaring your pants off, how would I say your name? Give me an example.
Beth.
Yes.
Oh, a nice, pleasant Beth. Versus what?
Beth.
Wake up!
Beth, wake up. Beth, are you awake? Wake up.
Wake up, Beth.
It's that high pitch, hey there, hey, like talking. It's to me, it sounds very talking down instead of that deep, calm, slow.
Nice. It's that idea that maybe I want to use a tone that I would use for an adult versus the baby talk. And what happens when we use that baby talk? Why do you think people use baby talk with people living with dementia? Because they what?
They love them.
Love them. They care. Yeah. So it's not that people are doing anything wrong. It's well, we're doing the best we can with what we know. So the last one is using our words to encouraging to keep things going. So what we're going to do, given that one, is we're going to take a look at a master. We're going to look at TIPA again, and we're going to see what it is. But here's the funny part. We're going to watch this video again, but what are we going to be listening for?
The verbals.
Verbal.
This time.
So listen to what TIPA says to cue Alice.
Do right over here, right on that side. Right over here. Can you get right here? Brush right there. There you go. And now the back. Do the back of your hair. It's looking good. Right back here. Can you get right back here? Right. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you, my friend.
So what did you guys notice were some of the verbal cues that TIPA gave?
They weren't full sentences. It was just 2 or 3.
Really short. Yeah.
And she said it more than once.
There was some repetition. What was the pacing with the repetition? That's really good to pick up. She did repeat herself. When or how did she use repetition?
She would say it, wait to see if she acted on it, say it a second time. But
And I noticed she also added some tactile cues with the verbal if just verbal wasn't working.
Yeah, it's that verbal offer. See if this computes, if this makes sense with that visual. And then I gotta give the Amber time. See if it works. Whew, that's a tough one for us fast carry partners. What else did you guys notice about the verbals?
She did some not actual words, just
Some sound.
sounds.
Those kind of combine both of our last 2 ideas, which is encouraging things to keep going, but it may not actually be words, especially as an Amber if I'm already doing what it is you want me to do. Nice pickups. So guys, for all of us, what are ways that we, if you're living with somebody living with dementia, if you're working with somebody living with dementia, or if you're in a place where you're not able to practice your skills right now with people living with dementia, what are the ways that you can practice verbal cueing that, do this guys, matches with the visual cues we're giving? What are some ways you guys might think of that you can practice this?
On Zoom.
Ah! Ooh! Anybody else?
With pets.
Pets.
Oh, that's a nice one. It's safe too because they don't really get pissed off that much. Oh, yeah, it's true. Cats versus dogs. Sometimes cats are way too smart. They hold grudges a little more. Yeah,
Anybody who's watched this long enough knows about the cat that likes to come across here, and he doesn't like my cues. Get away.
he knows exactly what you're trying to make him do, doesn't he? Well, guys, if this made you curious or if this is interesting to you, we do have a couple ways that you guys can join us to gain some of your and grow some of your skills. There's 2 ways. One's a little shorter. We have family or professional care partner events that are just 2 hours. These are really exciting because you get this real one-on-one time, not a lot of people to really drill down on some of the issues that you're dealing with. And then if you're looking as a professional or maybe as a family member that's really diving into this, a longer champion event, which we're eventually going to be breaking up into 2-hour segments. And team, is there anything else that you guys can think of as places where if events aren't the way we want to go, or when they want to go.
I do want to say that people may not understand what a champion event is.
Yeah.
That's where you basically can learn the skills that are the foundation, the positive physical approach with how to get connected, and then how to sometimes adapt those skills for different gem states. This is skill, skill, skill.
Drill, drill, drill.
Drill the
Nice.
skill.
That's what we
Anything
do.
else, guys? Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if people are more verbal and they want to look at something, we have the GEMS Toolbook that will help explain some of these things that we were seeing today. I know it's kind of hard to see it on the screen, but it's a cool book, and it will soon be an app.
That's right.
Very, very soon.
Being
Right, Keith?
released. We're finally getting modern. Keith's like, yes. So guys, thank you for joining us today. As always, we are here at 8 a.m. with Tifa and 5 p.m. during the weekdays with PAC team. And thanks again for joining us, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread Tifa's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.